Those are the instruments that have been handed. Instrument that has been handed over is, and the significance that it plays in the handover of the park. This is a symbolic but very, very monumental time for the community. Tupige makofi tafadhali kwa sababu tunaona ya kwamba jambo linatendeka leo. So far, we have several instruments that have already been handed over. And these include, I'll shortly start explaining, but as we can see, they've been handed over for this ceremony, and it is not just a ceremony, but it is indeed a very monumentous time. We have the Transition Committee report that consolidates the deliberations, resolutions, and recommendations that have culminated in this historic occasion. We also have the deed transfer that has been handed over. This deed executed between the national government and the county government of Kajiado formally vests the management of Amboselli National Park.
Duly installed, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you may kindly take your seats. Your Excellency, with your gracious permission and in furtherance of this solemn and historic occasion, may I now invite the following distinguished persons to the stage to facilitate the ceremonial handover. The Governor of Kajiado County, the Honorable Joseph Olelengu, accompanied by the County Secretary, Dr. Leina Mboke, and the County Executive Committee member, for Wildlife, Mr. Jeremiah Olenjaro. These leaders embody the stewardship of the people of Kajiado, in whose trust the heritage of Amboselli is now rightfully returned. Your Excellency, to join them on the right, may I also invite the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife, who stands as the custodian of our national conservation vision on behalf of the Republic. Your Excellency, let me also invite the Principal Secretary in charge of wildlife to take her position. Your Excellency, sir, today you lead the nation in affirming our shared conviction that the treasures of this land are best protected when the people themselves stand at the heart of their stewardship. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite all to rise as we warmly welcome His Excellency the President as he takes his place at the arena to preside over this historic moment. May we all kindly take our seats. May I now invite the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife to transmit the state instruments of guardianship and management of this, our heritage, on behalf of the national government to Your Excellency for conveyance to the Governor on behalf of the great people of Kajiado County. Welcome, Waziri.
The first instrument is Amboselli National Park map. Your Excellency, this is the first instrument of handover. It delineates the official boundaries and contours of Amboselli National Park, defining the spatial identity of this treasured heritage. Makofi kwake tafadhali. That's the Amboselli National Park map. Officially handed over. The next is the Amboselli Ecosystem Management Plan. The Amboselli Ecosystem Management Plan. This instrument embodies the collective vision for the sustainable conservation and development of the park's flora and fauna and natural resources within a wider ecosystem. Amboselli Ecosystem Management Plan. The next, Your Excellency, is the Transition Committee report. This report consolidates the deliberations, resolutions, and recommendations that have been culminated in this historic occasion, marking the formal transition of management functions. That is the Transition Committee report. The next, Your Excellency, is Deed of Transfer. This deed executes between the national government of Kajiado and formally vests the management of Amboselli National Park in the hands of rightful custodians, the people of Kajiado County, by extension, the people of Kenya. That is the deed of transfer. The next, Your Excellency, is the transition plan. This plan provides the roadmap for phased implementation of the savannah, collectively and timeless emblem of Kenya's natural heritage and splendor. Wapi makofi, watu wa Kajiado na watu wa Kenya. Symbolic insignia, which finally, Your Excellency, the symbolic insignia to be presented are carvings presented some of the most iconic species that define Amboselli majestic wildlife. The elephant, our beloved Jumbo, the lion, our enduring symbol of strength, and giraffe, our graceful, sentimental of the savannah, collectively and timeless emblem of the natural heritage. We also have the lion, which is the king of the jungle.
Finished.
And that is the handover of the 1 million acres. Makofi tafadhali. Thank you, Your Excellency. Over to Head of Public Service.
Your Excellency, may I now invite you to step forward and do the proclamation.